A wonderful good morning to you, Leo. Good to see you here. Leo, this is your oracle reading for July. You can see, Leo, that this is a new channel, so please like and subscribe. And if anything of the reading here is resonating with you, please leave a comment and let me know what it is. That interests me very much indeed. And so, as always, I'm having here cards about the recent past, the present, and the future. These are the oracle cards. These are cards with quotes from the ancient Chinese book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Fantastic for problem solving and conflict resolution. And as always, I'm having, to make my shadow work oracle complete, a card that shows a scene from a legend or fairy tale. And today, the card is the magic carpet. That looks quite good already, but let's have a proper look, Leo, at what this means for you. Let's start with the recent past. What card do we have here? Oh my goodness. It starts very, very strong with the card called Anger and Chains. Have a look at this. Apologies for the shaking. I just need to wait for this to focus. So, Anger and Chains. Leo, this is a card with an actual lion in it. Can you see it at the top there? I think that's fantastic. There is so much motion, so much energy, so much movement in this card. It's almost like an explosion of all kinds of colorful things, all kinds of shapes and forms. And this card shows us that you want to break free from a person or a situation. The change needs to come now, and you need to let go of the chains and break the chains and move forwards to a freer life. There is such energy and power and strength in that. There's not so much despair. The despair already happened in the past, but at this point it's more strength because it's time to move forward. Whatever that means, it could be that, you know, the situation in which you are, or the person with whom you are, or persons with whom you are, that they finally get the message and they see that adjustments have to make, that they want to work with you and not against you. But, you know, either way, whatever the outcome, the most important thing is your freedom. The lion is roaring in his desire to be free, you know, to be wild and to be independent and not to be kept like a lap dog anymore. Or shall I say a lap cat, more like, you know, but the powerful creature that he really is. Okay, that is a feeling that you have already had in your recent past. But the moment of actually breaking free has at this point not quite arrived yet. Beautiful card, beautiful, beautiful artwork. Okay, so charged with so much energy. And now we have a card here with a quote underneath, and it says, "Regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys." Now, every quote has an interpretation on the other side, and the interpretation of this card is, treat others as you want them to treat you. The way you treat people will dictate how you are treated, although some will always be mean, while others will always be kind. If you treat people with patience, kindness, and understanding, you will live a happier life. If you are loyal and caring, your friends will be loyal and caring to you. So, Leo, of course, you're very loyal to your friends anyway, as it is. I think in that particular context, what this wants to suggest is that when you feel all that energy in you and you want to break free, try to be a little bit cautious that not too much China is being broken in that process. Okay, if just direct your energy towards the greater good, and if I don't know, I almost said if someone deserves your anger, make sure that you show it only towards them. You see what I mean? and see how much damage you can really avoid and still break free. And you are going to have the support of many people depending on how you go about this now. Okay, so interesting start, very powerful. Okay, how about the present moment? Oh my goodness. Leo, look at this card. Envious gluttony. Always takes a few moments to focus. Can you see how this is quite a powerful card? It's very, very dark. It's very, there's something repulsive about this, frankly. Let me just quickly see if we can focus this better. Yes, so here we are. Very, very dark. There's this person with, I think it's a crocodile skull on his or her own head. And let me see if I can bring this a bit closer. Yes, there we go. And I think there's blood and all kinds of horrible stuff dripping from the teeth. The thing is, the artwork of these cards is, as I've said in other videos before, it can be quite dark, but this is about shadow work. So it does not mean that we're not doing an inspiring reading that is supposed to be for the sake of light and for goodness, you know, because that is precisely what it is. But we want to look at things as they really are. And if something in the present moment is not comfortable, if something in the present moment is repulsive, if something is off-putting in such a way that it both terrifies us and at the same time it revolts us. So there's a mix of things going on here, very mixed feelings. And it's also a card about envy. So Leo, the question is, who in your life is envying you right now? Are you having a person in your life who is envying you? Be very, very careful. You stay clear of people who don't have your best interest at heart, of people who, you know, cannot be selflessly happy for you if good things happen for you and to you. And since this is a shadow work oracle reading, we also need to take a moment and be really brave and have a quick look at ourselves. If there is perhaps a situation or a person towards whom or in which you feel a little bit of envy yourself, have you got the feeling that you have been cut short, that you should have gotten something, that you deserved something that you did not receive? Be very careful, Leo, that if this is the case, and this doesn't mean that this is necessarily the case, right? But if this is the case for some of you, watch out that these feelings don't run away with you, okay? You obviously have the right to desire things, to want things. But watch out very, very much when it comes to energies like envy, wherever we have been wronged or treated unfairly. It is very understandable and natural that we can react in such a way that we feel a certain bitterness. Yes, but this bitterness can fester and it can turn into something ugly and into something rotten. There's death about this card. Don't allow for envy to kill something inside of you, your purity, your capability of having hope and trust and all these good things. I have the feeling there's, for some of you, a situation right now where it could go either way. But for the vast majority of you, this is about a people, this is about a person in your life, or about people, I was going to say, in your life who are envious of you. Watch out for this, okay? It could be that they themselves act and feel that envy from a place of lack, of feeling left out. Maybe there's something that can be fixed and healed. Who knows? but be cautious in the process. Okay, this is a card of wanting things very badly, and here is the desire already. You want to break free, you want to charge forwards, and right now you're still in stagnation, and there's some energies around you, it seems, or around some of you, that are not quite wholesome. So make sure that you see what they are and where they come from, and that you heal them and flood them with all the light and goodness that you have within you. That's a very special kind of exorcism. So the quote from Sun Tzu says, "If, however, you are indulgent," indulgent, I can't believe this. How fitting is this? This is a card about gluttony, and this is about indulgence. "If, however, you are indulgent, but unable to make your authority felt, kind-hearted, but unable to enforce your commands, and incapable, moreover, of quelling disorder, then your soldiers must be likened to spoiled children. They are useless for any practical purpose." This is getting very deep and quite complex, and I'm loving it. So the interpretation on the other side is, value your friendships. Friendship is not something you hand out to anyone. Sometimes they are only confirmed in dark and troubled times. Friendships can form instantly or grow slowly over time. An act of friendship does not have to be grand and dramatic. It can be a lot of little kindnesses added together. Friendships can take a lifetime to earn, yet be lost in a second. Nourish them. Okay, Leo, this is clearly a message to either that person in your life that is envious of you, because they're not valuing your friendship the way they should. They just see everything good that happens for you and to you, and they can't stand it. It eats them alive. And do you really want to be friends with someone who does not value your friendship over their own desires and wishes? How much easier it is to achieve something that we want, or get something that we want, with the help of others. There's no need for envy. With regard to those of you who feel they're in a situation where they see others around you having that freedom already that you want to have so much, but you're not there yet, where you see others who are seemingly having that happy life that you want, that, again, watch out that you see that you don't allow for these feelings of wanting something to become toxic. You can very much want something and not hate those people who have these things already for that. Okay, value your friendships. Okay, so independently from the card of envy here, there's more than envy to this, but you get the general message here. With regard to friendships, I have the feeling this year kind of wants to redirect us, Leo, in this situation, to seek out and focus on the often invisible but real values of life, and leave behind what is stuck in superficial materialism. There is no need for any of this. Your friends are what gets you through life. Yourself, your own strength, here it is, the powerful lion roaring in his desire to achieve freedom and to break his chains, and of course it's your social network. And in this combination, this can be overcome. Yeah, and here, this card also, where it says treat others as you want them to treat you, and here value your friendships, of course. I mean, that is pretty self-explanatory. A wonderful combination. And Leo, what about your future? This is such a heartfelt, such a touching card. And it says, I won't cry for you. But you see, Leo, she doesn't say this with bitterness. she is calm. She has cried so much that when the tears were gone, you know, blood was coming next, it looks like to me. She gave it her lifeblood. She gave that situation or that person her life's energy up to the last drop. And this has got to be over now. I'm not saying the situation has to be over. I'm not saying, you know, you should move away from a certain situation. That's a decision you have to make. But what really is very, very important for you, Leo, is that the sadness stops, that the tears stop, and whatever needs to be done for that, within reason, of course. You know, it needs to be done. It needs to be done peacefully, pacifistically. You know, when we feel intense feelings of injustice, of wanting something that maybe others have taken from us, maybe maybe someone has taken our partner, maybe our partner cheated, so we feel something has been taken from us. When we have such intense feelings, Leo, then you know we need to watch out how we go about this. Let's not create more damage that has already been done, but remove yourself from the pain, no matter how that will look like. Remove yourself from the pain in a calm and peaceful way. And you see, there's nothing angry, there's nothing bitter in this card. There is such a there's love there as well, but it's mostly love for yourself, because you realize you deserve better, because you realize you have cried enough about this. And you see how she holds that pendant that looks like a huge drop of blood. Wish so much that would focus. There we go. She holds it in her hand, so it's hers. So your life energy, your life force, you have not lost it. It's still there with you. And this is what the future is going to be. The future is going to be that you move on from the pain. You're done mourning. You're done crying. And see, what is really, excuse me please, what is really quite powerful is, of course, the discrepancy of these two cards together. Can you see this? I think this is incredible. You are still your powerful self. You're breaking free from the chains. You create the freedom you didn't have for such a long time. You make it happen now, and the time of tears is over. Yep. And here at last we have the final future-oriented quote, and it says, "To fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting." And the interpretation is, only engage in conflict when all other alternatives have been exhausted. Fighting is one way to achieve something, but it is never the best way. In all relationships and all situations, there are alternatives to conflict, in which there are no real winners. Sun Tzu proposes the use of deterrence, strategy, alliances, negotiation, and even making friends with your enemies. These are examples of supreme excellence in negotiation through life. So, this is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Treat others as you want them to treat you. Value your friendships. Only engage in conflict when all other alternatives have been exhausted. So Leo, really what this suggests here is that in order for you to reach that state where the pain is really subsiding, I mean for real, where the tears stop, in order for that to happen, you need to go about things diplomatically, and with a pure heart, and only engage in conflict when all other alternatives have been exhausted. So conflict, what does this mean? It doesn't mean that conflict is the last resort, basically. It means that, can we sit down and talk? Are there questions that are left open to ask? Are there things we have not considered yet? And once we are sure that we have done this, once we are sure we know who the people in our life are who truly value our friendship, who are not envious at us, who can be happy for the good things that happen for us, then we can allow for that immense energy that is within us, and that maybe we didn't feel that much anymore, to really help us break free. The breakthrough is coming. It's that close under the surface. It's going to destroy all toxic energy that's still in your life. But go about it wisely. Don't allow for that massive strength and energy to destroy things along the way that should not be destroyed. And go about it in a balanced way as much as possible without repressing anything. Extremes are never good. So you can use all your immense, wonderful energy and strength to break free from the situation you're in now, and thereby create a peaceful future where you then do not even need to use your energy for something like that. You can keep it for yourself. You can keep it within yourself, hold it in your hand like the pendant, like the gem she's holding here. This is fantastic. This is Leo. I often have readings where first there's stagnation and then things move forward quite quickly. And this is very interesting. Here it's almost the other way around. The biggest amount of energy is here, and then it moves. There's this one big explosion that needs to happen of you breaking free, whatever that means for you in your situation. And after that, things are going to calm down. And finally, our fairy tale card. This is very straightforward, Leo, and it makes me very, very happy. The magic carpet. This is very touching. I'm getting quite emotional. Leo, you are breaking the chains. You're the roaring lion. You still have your strength. Your strength has not been destroyed or diminished. It's all there. It's lurking underneath the surface. And you break free, and this is you enjoying your freedom. This is the process here. And that freedom means you can go wherever you want. You can have the people in your life that you want. You can decide who has a place at your table. It's like King Arthur's table round, right? You decide who is worthy and who isn't. This does not need to be arrogant, of course, but you know what you value in others now. You know what you value in yourself. You're a highly ethical person. You are a moral fighter. Yes, and it's good to have people in your life who match that energy and that outlook on life, those values. And this magic carpet ride means you can do the activity you always wanted to do, and you felt maybe you can't. Maybe you're being held back by those chains. Maybe someone told you, you have no talent. Why the hell would you start to write? Why the hell would you start to paint? It's, better not try at all, and you can't be disappointed. And this process here says, to hell with that. Breaking free from everything that makes you small. or wants to keep you small, you can't be made small. Everything that wants to keep you small. Okay? The purring kitty on the lap. Not, right? That's not you. And this here means go for it. Go for it to new horizons. Live and enjoy that freedom that you fought so hard for. And this is the future, Leo. This is the future. Through everything you've learned, through all the restrictions, through all the toxic energies that you have been confronted with. You know, this is beautiful. And you see here, there is, let me just quickly check this out. There's such an immense light here. Can you see this, Leo? And there is a bird in, let me see. It looks to me, Leo, as if there is actually a bird in there. I'm not sure if you can see this. Come on, camera, please focus. There is a bird with huge, beautiful wings in there, and it's glowing. And I have to be honest, I'm not quite sure exactly what this is referring to. I'd have to read the fairy tale again. But you see, Leo, I'm not quite sure if it really matters so much, because I see something in here already that's absolutely relevant for your situation, because a flaming, glowing bird like this, how can this not be Phoenix? This is you rising like Phoenix from the ashes. You know, I'm going to, if there is anything else in the fairy tale that I'm not aware of right now that might be relevant to this reading right now, I'm going to write it in a comment under this video to complete this. But I think this reading is completed already, Leo, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. You see, there's only one person on the flying carpet. That's you. Only one person gets to decide what your new horizons are, and that is yourself. And you have the strength to do it. Leo, my goodness, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope there was something inspiring in this reading for you. This here right now, can I quickly add this? This is a card that really asks intensely for detoxification in your life right now. This is very, very important. So be wise about it. Don't judge too quickly, but where you are sure that there are toxic energies, make sure that they're not part of your life any longer. Remove yourself peacefully, and you know, because don't waste your royal, beautiful, fantastic energy on things or situations that are frankly beneath you. You know, you're busy making plans. You've got somewhere to go, right? Yeah, so new horizons, a new destination, and a new direction. And you're the captain on your ship. Leo, thank you so much. Fantastic. I am really glad that things turned out like this. So I don't know what to say. This is for some reason really gratifying to do, and I hope, as I already said, that there was something in it for you that helps you in your situation right now. And Leo, as I said at the start, new channel, like and subscribe, leave a comment if something here resonated, and have a wonderful day.